Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time, although we may not have made it quite as far, we tried out a bunch of new things, including a bunch of things that we've been waiting a long time to test, so that was cool, in addition to us unlocking possibly more things than we've ever unlocked before, so that is also encouraging to see that we don't necessarily need to make it further every time to make improvements, because, for example, we now have
Come along.
Phrynos as our disciple. So he hops about, absorbing foes' range shots that might have struck you instead. Bonus to max life plus 10. And then the tool support, this I don't really understand, because apparently Phrynos makes lost shades more likely and pacifies them on command. I don't know if that means that we have to have the Tablet of Peace, or if he functionally replaces the Tablet of Peace. So, I feel like we kind of need to take something other than the tablet, and that's the way that we figure out if he does this function by himself. He does hop around, which is pretty cool. So last time we used the axe for the first time. This time, just based on the bones bonus, I think we'll go back to the blades. And we actually had our highest damage run last time that we used these. It involved a very specific setup, or at least one particular boon, that if we had the keepsake to increase the chances of us getting that, I would love to try to do that same type of thing again, but we don't have the keepsake necessary. So I think we'll probably just throw back on the Silken Sash, because that gives us a nice boost of armor. And we now have the ability to switch around our keepsakes in between floors for the first time. So let's jump in.
I'm off.
Off we go. So, okay, I was about to say, Aphrodite is the goddess that I would ideally like to see with these blades.
Just getting started for the evening, are you, Sunshine? Don't know about you, but I've got a good feeling about how this is going to go.
Alright. Let's see. So, it was Aphrodite's basic attack boon that was incredible for us the last time we used these weapons. So, maybe we wait a little bit, try not to take anything on the attack slot just to see if we can still get Aphrodite's boon randomly. But otherwise, that means we're going to have to take something that's maybe not as great. After you charge your cast and it expires, rapidly deal damage in an area for 2 seconds. The other thing is that Apollo is all based on big AoE, generally speaking, which does account for the weaknesses of this weapon, because it has very limited range, but that is sort of the exact opposite of what Aphrodite does. Sprint is faster and inflicts daze on nearby foes, giving them a chance to not deal damage. We definitely have taken this before, and last time we had a dash that was, well, it was bad. Like, it caused us to get, to run into a lot of trouble. Don't forget we have this, though, and don't forget that it is very easy to, well, shouldn't get too carried away. It is easier on the first few floors, or first few rooms, to not take any damage. We did do our first Chaos room last go-round. It was in Oceanus, I think, that it happened. The earlier you get it, the better, theoretically, so I think we absolutely jump in here. I'm also curious to see, does it still deal damage to our health, or does it deplete our armor? It hits our health. Okay, honestly, that might actually be a good thing, because we do have health healing. Oh, what is this? Whereas armor is a little bit harder to replenish.
From nothingness sprang all creation, light and darkness, and the world itself. Yet all that nothingness remains, carefully tucked away, where none can find it, save for those invited in.
Such as us.
Let's keep our voices down.
So yeah, we did do one of these for the first time last go-round. We actually had half-decent success with it. Let's see what we get this time, though.
Created life by doubts. Would it invite more problems than it solved? I would be curious to see. As my experiment continues to unfold, its outcome yet uncertain.
Yeah, we are all just pawns to chaos.
Almighty chaos, with your experiment so vast in scope, what can one individual achieve? The quandary you mentioned when first we met. What would you have me do?
Spawn of Hades, I ought to clarify I do not care for idle talk.
Okay.
Ask me no questions. Respond only when prompted or when necessary in the absolute. But above all, do as you will.
Free will. Okay. So, as a reminder, we are always going to have potentially significant downsides to these boons for a few rooms, and then if we make it through those bad rooms, we get a bonus, which should theoretically be bigger than the boons from other gods or goddesses. So that's why getting this early, when we are still facing simple, straightforward enemies and we're less at risk of getting seriously punished from the downside of the Chaos boons, that is ideal. So for your next 5 locations, location rewards are hidden. Afterward, whenever you exit the location, restore 15 health. We did take this last time, and this exact downside and upside, and I think it was pretty helpful. And the longer you have that active for, of course, the more time it has to build up, so that is useful. Otherwise, next 3 boons are all limited to commons. Afterward, we gain plus 49 max magic. We did do a magic-specific build last time around. I'm not necessarily sure we're going for that this time. Didn't really plan one way or the other for that. Next 4 encounters, your dash is slower, also uses 4 magic. We did just take a dash boon. Afterward, you use minus 25% magic. I mean, I'll be honest. Not only is this higher rarity than all the others, it just seems objectively better in most cases. The downside is we don't know what our reward is going to be here. But I think we're just going to have to live with it. And make do. Let's see. Oh. Okay, hold on. I walked straight into that. Need to be careful, because even against these little guys... You know, I was saying they're easier to face off against on this floor, but the tricky part is that our lack of range makes us susceptible to taking damage from anything. Okay, it was bones. Yeah, that's not great. Probably wouldn't have been the reward of my choosing. Go right side this time. These guys have a little bit of armor, and it does require that we get very close to them, which I don't particularly like, for reasons we just mentioned. For some reason I knew it was going to be those enemies. And I, for some reason, convinced myself that was going to be safe. I made it up in advance. Made up my mind.
Got them, Phrenos.
Okay, it's also probably not ideal. So Phrenos, let's see, theoretically is giving us 60 health total rather than the usual 50. So that's something. He's hopping around, but he kind of lags behind us, so I don't really know how reliably he's going to be taking the enemy fire for us. Up here. Is this a mini-boss? No. It's just a room with a lot of enemies in it. So also, I should really be using this more. Okay, that is actually unbelievably annoying when there's... Okay, this is insane. So, these are definitely my least favorite enemies on this floor. But a small room that has that many of them... Oh.
Sister, just watch your aim.
Okay, hold on. Maybe this is a little better than I was giving it credit for, except there goes all of our armor. That's horrible. That is horrible. We have no justification for losing all of our armor this early on. So one of the reasons why we wanted to take this keepsake this early in the run was because early on, the rooms are easier, as we were previously saying, so it is easier to not take damage and therefore safely load up on extra armor, more so than you could in other rooms or on other floors. Get magic out of it, which stinks, although at least
Hail, sister.
we can also talk to you.
He's finally got a hold of you, did he? Sounds like things have really taken a turn on Olympus. Glad I'm not there.
Artemis, how can you say that? It's your home. I'm going to see if I can head up there and lend a hand.
Is that even possible for you? Born of the underworld and all that? Then again, you're a witch. Must have a remedy for everything.
What is the technical definition of witch in Greek mythology? Because obviously several people have referred to us as that. We identify as a witch in many ways, as does Hecate. but we are technically a goddess, or at least a daughter of a god and goddess, which I think still makes us a goddess. But Hecate is technically a titan, yet we are both witches, so it doesn't seem to have any tie to your status as titan versus goddess versus whatever else. Okay, so at least we still get an extra boon from this, not just the max magic upgrade. Otherwise, I would say this was not a great room either. That is, of course, the downside. Not just that we don't know what we're getting ourselves into in terms of the enemies, like are we about to walk into a mini-boss, but that we might be taking suboptimal rewards, since we don't know what the room is going to be before we, well, see the final result. So, foes in your casts may take critical damage from your attacks, plus 8%. Piercing arrow fires toward any foe damaged by your charge cast. Any damage you deal might be critical. It's 3% there versus 8% here, depending on how consistently we can attack enemies that are in our cast. I think with this setup, this weapon specifically, we are going to need to attack enemies that are in our cast very often. So I think we take our chances on that. Okay, and also, how much longer until the Chaos Boon evolves? Does it tell us here anywhere? Thought it did. Next 2 locations. Okay, well, we only have one choice here. We got it quite literally on the first room.
You wretches.
And we should... Oh, okay, that was just incredibly sloppy. Which is how you could describe most of how this... Oh my gosh. I think we avoided taking damage there at least. But that's probably how you could describe how most of this floor has gone thus far. In fact, I know it is a very good way to describe how things have gone on this floor thus far. Please do not hit us when I'm trying to attack you and theoretically stunlock you. Yeah, there is a mini shop there, which honestly we might use for getting some health back. I mean, once...
There he is.
Okay, Zeus... I actually think Zeus could be good with what we have right now, and we could use more just basic boons.
The brightness of my fair son Apollo has illuminated you in the dark, if but for a moment there, young lady. Would that all of my kin were equally as talented as he.
Oh, playing favorites, I see. Okay, so we had some question about whether it was worth trying to wait to get Aphrodite for the attack. Obviously, we don't know if she's going to show up at all, especially not when we can't see the rewards in the upcoming rooms. So we might just opt to take this attack boon here. Otherwise, Charge Cast also causes lightning to repeatedly strike one foe at a time, or Hold Cast to aim where the binding circle appears. Foes within are struck by lightning. I do like the casts that allow you to change where the actual circle gets placed. We've seen it from a Hestia boon on a couple of occasions. Granted, I was just talking about how we were trying to attack enemies within the cast, and maybe if we're using more of a ranged cast through this lightning lance, we're less likely to do so. I think we still need to take it, though. It's more of a long-term setup. Oh. Okay, so we did not take the tool for this, right? We're relying exclusively on Phrenos. And you can actually see a little tiny Phrenos icon, I think, that little purple circle next to the... there's the compel word, then it has the icon for shade, and then on that shade, it has the tiny little purple circle that seems to have a Phrenos icon within it.
Calm that shade down,
Okay, hold on.
Phrenos.
Need to remember how to do this, except that Phrenos does it automatically for us. Okay, that is pretty sweet. And that does confirm that Phrenos functionally replaces any need for the tablet. Okay, so apparently we haven't taken this before. We are going to get health restoration once the Chaos Boon evolves, which I think we're only one room away from having happen. So on one hand, I don't really want to overreact to us not being at full life right now. On the other hand, we are not at full life right now, and we don't know what room we're about to go into. So, do we do this? I mean, this probably still has the most upside. What are we doing for, from a coin standpoint? We'll be kind of aggressive. We'll do this, and we'll do this. Preserved Hope, which does what? After duration restore. Okay. Well, now we have a ridiculous amount of life restoration.
Something changed about
And
my
there is the
chaos
Chaos Boon evolving, so now we have the life restoration from this as well, except it's a mini-boss. So I suppose it was not the worst time to start doing that. Is that the... Yes, that is the charge attack. Oh my goodness, we just ate every single one of those. I'd like to get rid of your armor, please. That was armor, just to clarify, not arm. I'm... Oh my gosh. Okay, well... Just want to get rid of your armor. I just want to get rid of your armor. I just want to get rid of your armor. I just want to get rid of your armor and not have to use our Death Defiance. Let me clarify a little bit. I would also like to not have to use our Death Defiance halfway through floor 1. Okay, we'll get an improved rarity Apollo Boon. Maybe it is a good thing that we stacked ridiculous amounts of life restoration, because oh boy, are we taking a whole bunch of damage.
Olympus, I accept this message.
And this is the issue that we had last time we were using the blades. We had amazing damage, however, we took a boatload of damage. Okay, our attacks deal more damage in a larger area. That would help cover for what by most accounts is this weapon's greatest weakness, so that is kind of nice. Specials deal more damage in a larger area, or after you take damage, your foe takes damage and you inflict daze on all foes. We've seen this before, and it is high rarity, so it is kind of tempting, but I think this is just... We're overdue. We're overdue for a basic boon at this point. Okay, Arachne's our only choice, but we will absolutely take that. So we could use armor and other boons, or other bonuses of the defensive variety right about now. But there you see, we got a ton of health back. And we can still do this. Okay. So we get the benefits of the shovel and also the tablet through Phrenos. Hello.
No, what is that? An amphibian.
Oh.
Do get it out of here, my friend. Please help me get it out.
Oh, wait, I didn't think of that.
Steady yourself, Arachne. This is Phrenos. Phrenos is a friend. A familiar friend of mine, in fact. He means you no harm at all. Your stash of flies, however, that we may need to safeguard.
Oh, that is a relief. Well then, Phrenos, if indeed you are a friend, then you are welcome here. And if you'd like a bite to eat, then you are more than welcome to that too.
Oh, that's kind. Okay. Whoa! We've never seen this before. I'm fairly certain. 60 armor, more than we've ever seen, which is why I probably would have noticed it. And then we also gain a Fate Fabric, which is a somewhat rare resource. We've only gotten once, I think, directly from some drop from a run, and then I think we purchased one from the broker as well. Otherwise, we can get Magic Restoration or Channel Faster. I think we do this.
Woven with care.
Fate fabric.
I think it, might not benefit us as much directly on this run, but long term, it might be better. Okay, and then just Psyche versus Ashes. I do also like I like how it changes the actual color of our armor, our clothing.
Away she goes.
Away she goes indeed. Oh, wait, hold on. I would like to see just how much bigger our area of effect is. I'll be honest, it's not that noticeable. I don't know if it's like the initial attack might not have much increased range, but maybe latter components of the combo do? I'm not sure. We do have significantly more damage from it, though, so there is that. So even if the extra area component of it is questionable, there's more to it than just that.
Where to?
Okay, we're back at full health now, what with all of our health restoration, and I mean, at least one of those was definitely unnecessary. Now, I think we've established that we can use bones to purchase Psyche. I've not remembered exactly what the math works out to be there, but theoretically, oh.
My incantation must have led me to this place.
Oh, this is it's the room that gives you free healing when we're at full health. We don't really need it, but no enemy, I guess, at the very least.
Deep in the endless woods of Erebus, lie secret clearings, undiscoverable, but through supernatural means.
I knew we'd find this place.
So we only gained access to this type of room once we unlocked it by using some crafting stuff for it. We don't need the health restoration,
Thirsty, but hey.
but we do have this. Okay. And then I think we take the hammer here. As good as Hermes can be.
Lost souls, I'll
Okay.
lead you to your graves.
Hold on. Walk into this, please. Preferably, I did not realize that. Did not prevent them from using their attack. We could do this to be safer, of course. It also stops them from doing their attack, so realistically, that was the solution. Okay, which even after having said that, I almost still messed it up. Yeah, I'm not really sure I've ever seen Freenos block hit force. Granted, it's not like I'm consciously going out of my way to take note of exactly where Freenos is standing at every single moment in time.
Got you.
But it just seems like that's maybe not something we should be relying on happening all that often. Okay, so what do we get here, though? Specials deal plus 40% damage, and your charge special fires up to 16 shots around you. Okay, right, but I remember the charge special, yeah, it already fires our ranged daggers in a bit of a spread, so although 16 sounds crazy, we might usually do 8, so I mean, it's still double, or somewhere around there. Each encounter, your charged attack gains plus 4 power for each foe you slay with it. Ooh, that sounds cool. Charged attack hits a wide area, and deals plus 400% damage, but uses fairly significant amount of magic. I like this. This sounds cool to me.
My blades grow sharper still.
Oh, prophecy foretold. Okay. Mini shop again. I don't think we need to restore life. We could get a little boost to some of our crafting materials, but I don't really think that's necessary. This is almost certainly the last room before the boss fight. In fact, I'm pretty darn sure. So if we were to get a palm, we could probably guarantee that we upgrade the attack, sprint, or... That's the hammer upgrade we just got. That's Chaos Boon, you can't upgrade that. It'd be this. Okay, we'd have choice between these three. So we could pick whatever one we wanted, since we are going to have 3 options. Probably would go for the attack. It's free, versus this shop where, yes, obviously we can convert our coins into boons, but as we were starting to say in our previous run, maybe it's best to delay our shops a little bit, especially since we already spent some coins on mini shops, and that way later shops, because we know this is not going to be the last shop that we ever find, or at least if it is, then we have other problems. But I think we take this, and it means that for later shops, we should be able to make better use of them. Okay, so here's Hecate.
There you are. A flash of silver, limb and auros. So, the sister blades have veiled themselves, do you? The other nocturnal arms shall follow their lead, I expect.
So this is, again, one of those interesting ones where, of course, the NPCs, they are reacting to things that have happened to us in our previous runs, and that's what determines what they say to us. However, there was once a great video that explained how the system works mechanically, the way that they programmed it, basically. But what we are noticing here, what I'm noticing at least, is that there are some things that happened recently that the people will talk with us about. Like Hecate last time round was the person who basically told us how to summon Freenos, and now we are summoning Freenos. However, this is something like our 3rd run with this weapon, and only now Hecate is talking about it, and she's kind of implying that this is, oh, maybe just the first new weapon that you have unlocked, and I'm sure other ones will follow soon thereafter. Well, we've unlocked everything else and done a run with everything else as well. So she's kind of catching up.
Entrusted them to you to safeguard the realm as a last resort. But this cannot possibly be how they were meant to be used.
Or was it?
And why ever not? To safeguard the realm, you shall have to clear a wide variety of obstacles standing in your way. I am but one.
Okay, so we did recently get the hammer upgrade where if we take down an enemy with our charged attack, our attacks get... Wait, hold on. Oh, we can't check our boons right now. I was going to say, does that only improve the damage of the charged attack or all attacks? But that is going to be a little bit tricky to take advantage of that against a boss, because obviously we're not going to be killing Hecate multiple times. She does have a few enemy or phases in which she summons enemies. So maybe we can make use of it then. I'm gonna kind of try to save our magic for that, I think, if possible, ideally. Oh, only just one attack that time. Okay. Is this where you're summoning people? I think it is, eventually. Okay, so this is where I want to theoretically do more of it. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, well, that's what I get for starting to charge when there was no one near me. And, okay, there we go. Powered up. Okay, it says also you stunned me again because I was slow. And, okay, maybe this is not worth doing. That was seemingly the best phase in which to farm up more damage. As for whether that'll actually pay off for us, maybe that still remains to be seen. I'll have to double check, as I was saying. Does that... Oh, we just read the needle there? I think we did. Okay, so that's not the real Hecate. Is that? That is. So our damage is pretty solid. When we can get safe hits, this is going to turn us into the sheep. I, to this day, do not know how we avoid this. Oh, no, don't go that way. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, do I try to get greedy once again with the charge-up attacks? Okay, we got 2 there. So it is possible to get multiple enemies with one of the charged attacks.
Well done.
It's nice. Situations like that. Oh, hello, Hecate. Oh, I walked straight into that, in large part because I didn't realize that's what you were doing. I almost dashed into that. Here on that phase, I think I'm far enough away. Check if that's the real Hecate. I think it was. I take it back, it was not. That's the real Hecate. Yeah, I saw that one coming that time. There we go. Just one more hit. Okay, so we still have armor, which is nice.
You have grown physically quite strong.
Oh, well, thank you.
Spiritually, more is to be done.
Good. Oh.
The altar of ashes. There is an incantation that may make your nightly meditations at it better spent.
Oh, is that so now?
The consecration of ashes.
Incantation learned. Okay. That sounds encouraging. Nab this while we're at it. Is there anything else here in this room, or are we good to go? I think we might be. Okay, and I'd just like to double check exactly how that hammer upgrade works. What exactly does it increase the damage on? Oh, I forgot about the Artemis as well. This one, not this one, this. In each encounter, so it resets every room, your charge attack gains +5 power for each foe you slay with it. Okay, so it, I think, only increases the damage of specifically the charged attack, not of just your basic attack. Which, in that case, is maybe a little less helpful than I would like.
Little one.
Okay, so we don't need the health restoration. This is what is new. So now we can use this to switch our keepsake in between floors. Now, if we had used all of our armor, then at that point, Arachne's keepsake would no longer be that meaningful for us. We did lose all of our armor at one point, but fortunately we ran into Arachne, which gave us the chance to get it back. So this would have potentially been a good time to switch, although I think we may wait one more floor before doing so.
You yet persist, despite my generous attempts to dissuade you. Then very well. You carry on as the distraction which you are, whilst I turn my attention to matters of greater import.
Oh. Like what? Oh, there is something here. Oh, Phrynos?
Phrynos, hypnotize.
Hypnotize?
See you in the crossroads.
I realized that's how he was doing it. That's actually a pretty large amount of psyche. That's good. Okay. So I think the big thing we're looking for...
That briny smell.
Oh, more good stuff here. Oh, that's not what I expected, though.
There.
It is once again the first room on this floor. I think we take it. I think we do. The first Chaos Boon at this point obviously has evolved, and I think has definitely benefited us. Because we restored a whole lot of health. Granted, we got more health regeneration in the short term than we actually needed. But as for this time...
By the will of chaos.
Let's see, for the next 3 encounters, each time you use cast, you get hit for 4 damage. Afterward, restore 5.5 magic every 1 second. Would be nice to get the magic restoration, because we do now have reason to pretty consistently use magic for our charged attack. Next 3 boons limited to common, but afterward we get sizable maximum mana increase. Next 4 encounters, whenever you use magic, you'll prime it, so it's basically permanently used. But then afterward, your channel moves 14%, or you channel your moves 14% faster. That is helpful in a different way for our charged attack. I think we might do this, though. Can we go without the cast? It's going to be tricky. How many rooms? It's 3 rooms? Let's try it.
An interesting choice.
Okay. We are nectarless right now, and that is one of the things that I would like for us to pick up so that we can get more keepsakes and help build the type of run that we're actually looking for.
I'll slay you all.
Okay, so usually I would lead off with a cast against these guys. Oh, that was still in range. Oh, and we can do this for what it's worth, which does have an effect. So that is a way we can get a little more creative. I am surprised we had enough area of effect to hit all those dudes. Granted, we did get a an AoE increase from Apollo. Okay, so that's 1 encounter done.
What did I say?
We get our nectar. Ooh. Shop with 305. Not bad. We could get at least 2 significant things there. Or Narcissus, or whatever his name is, which I was saying last time we did go to take one of his things last time. It helps us a little bit in the short term, but it also gives us some long-term resources. So it does depend, do we want to focus on right here, right now, or more long-term crafting? This might be the time to start getting more aggressive with... is it? Yeah, let's do the shop. Let's do the shop.
It's a deal.
Oh, no.
Go on.
Okay, well, for what it's worth, I think this is possibly the worst type of god or goddess for us with this attack, this weapon at least, because the ones that I really wanted were Aphrodite for the huge attack boost against close enemies, because we have a very close range weapon, and then probably Demeter to freeze enemies so that we can more easily get and safely get into that attacking range without taking as much damage. Then, on the other end of the spectrum, for deliberately prioritizing long-range stuff, Poseidon, who usually has knockback, which is why I'm not thrilled about that with this weapon, because that's going to knock enemies out of our attacking range, and maybe Apollo for the extra AoE. So Apollo does make it a little bit easier for us to still hit enemies when we knock them back, but let's maybe just talk to Charon for a second first.
You can sense it, can't you, my lord? The mark of primordial chaos. It seems I have another patron from the ranks of the chthonic gods.
Okay, so I mean, we'll still take it, don't get me wrong. Especially because Nemesis stole one.
Grasp of Kronos, does he? Turn to a life of the piratical smuggler in these dark times, huh?
Okay. So, it's cast right now that is cursed from chaos, right? So if we take something for cast, then it's not really going to help us for a while. At the start of each encounter, your attack specials are stronger for the first 10 seconds. Initial damage bonus 100%. Ooh. I mean, for basic encounters, that's nice. Against bosses, obviously, I imagine they're going to go for a lot longer than 10 seconds. Specials hit foes, knock other foes away. This is really nice with this special, though. I do remember we had that in the past, and we really liked it. So, I might still take this. Even though this almost certainly has better long-term potential, this is just super solid, consistent, which especially when we have the Chaos Boon preventing us from using our cast, I think is pretty significant. Do we need the extra maximum magic? I mean, it'd be kind of helpful for us charging up our attack more regularly, but I'm still not sure that's really what I want to be spending all of our coins on. Mini-boss to get an empowered or higher rarity Apollo boon versus a normal palm room. This could be tricky when we have the chaos negative effects still active. I think well, chaos is active. I think we take it a little bit safe here. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know if you noticed. It's also not who I wanted to hit. Please stop doing that. Both of you are here. Okay, well, don't do that either, please. This is a little more hectic of a room than I would have liked for what was supposed to be the easier of the two options. I mean, for all we know, the mini boss was going to be the super version of these dudes. So it may have been easier because this is so crowded. But this is where this attack becomes very useful. Okay. We upgrade probably either this or, oh, I was going to say our basic attack. I guess we go for this then. So we increase our sprint speed. Yeah, no. And this is not currently doing anything for us, at least not until our Chaos Boon evolves. Okay. We did spend some coins, so there is something to be said for this, but I think we might go for this since we know we are going to take a lot of damage with our current setup. Oh, is it? Oh my god. Look how many enemies there are. Look at how many enemies there are. I don't like when these guys trap us in a corner. On the other hand, I do think this specific boon from Poseidon can help us quite a bit. I almost used the skill that was going to deal damage to us. It was really tempting. Instinctively. It's a long room as well. Oh, it was about to go off. Oh, that too. I didn't see that one. Technically stuns us, doesn't deal damage. And you, however, absolutely will deal damage. No. I knew there was an enemy there. I thought I could time the dash to get the iframes to work. It's unfortunate. Oh. This spot is theoretically safe. And then, can we hit you from here? We can. Now we move in. Okay.
A centaur heart.
Oh, there's the Chaos Boon evolving. Okay. Get the Centaur Heart for the extra health. Dig a little bit more. Okay. You get even more magic, or the mini boss and higher rarity Zeus Boon. Just remind myself exactly what the now evolved Chaos Boon is doing. Restore magic a bunch of magic every second. So now we can get really aggressive with using our charged attack, and that's why I think this is no longer necessary. And hopefully... Well, we'll see which one this is. Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I was hoping it wasn't you. Then again, this is the reason why I did not go into the previous mini-boss fight, because I was concerned it was going to be you when we were still Chaos Cursed. Ooh. Oh, blow that up on him? Maybe? Preferably not on ourselves, though. Ooh, don't throw that at me. Please stop that. Save us, Free Nose! Oh, I also absolutely should have used the charge attack for what it's worth, but here, we'll use it now. Oh, he's getting mad. I don't remember what he does when he's getting mad, but he's absolutely getting mad. Fortunately, he is dead. Honestly, didn't seem too bad that time.
Positively vicious.
And we have exactly 1 armor. Perfect. We can at least still restore some armor. In that case, have this.
I accept this message.
Do want to gift that nectar that we recently picked up to a god or goddess, but I'm thinking it's Aphrodite, Demeter, maybe Poseidon are the ones that I would like to gift it to. Probably not Zeus. After you take damage... Oh, we saw this exact boon, rarity included before, but we opted not to take it. I think it was in part because we thought we wanted a cast boon. Now that we have one, maybe we feel okay about this. While you have no more than 10 magic, all foes are occasionally struck by lightning. I mean, we are thinking we're going to start using our magic more aggressively. But I do kind of like this just because we also know we're going to be taking a lot of damage. It is the highest rarity, of course. Okay, we only have one choice, it seems.
Down we go.
Oh, that's a lot of enemies. It seems like whenever we have a room with these guys, we get a whole bunch of them. And based on how we can now hear some lyrics from Scylla's song, that suggests we are starting to get pretty close. Does seem about right. So we had that Chaos Boon early, and that has evolved, and at this point it evolved a little while ago, room or two ago. That looks like a shade will be able to tell that was... Oh, and that was our last bit of armor. That was so silly to take that damage. We did not need to be that close to deal that damage. Oh, those guys are nasty, though. And those are about to go off. Okay, that's not good. Nope, nope, bad. Bad. Stop that. Stop that. I don't like you. Okay, still these guys. Oh, there's one more. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna knock me back. It's not gonna deal damage. We'll be fine, because the only enemy is over here. Okay, so yeah, we took a little bit of damage. We lost the armor, most importantly. We can compel here, and by we, I mean specifically Freenos.
Freenos, do your thing.
That one was 35, the previous one was 40. So it doesn't seem as though it is perfectly linear. You know, it's not as if it increases every time as you go further along. Okay, we now have 245. We had a shop somewhat recently. The fact that we have 3 options here makes me think this I wouldn't have thought this would be the last room before the boss fight, but as I was saying, since we can now hear the lyrics, that might not be true. We'd only be able to purchase 1, maybe 2 things here, so I'll be honest, I think this might actually be better, or maybe even the palm. Let's take the Zeus Boon, I think. Yeah, okay. Because this is free, whereas obviously we'd have to spend 150 coins to get that type of boon from a shop, and that means we'll save that 150 for a future shop. And again, not going to gift to Zeus, I don't think.
On my authority.
Ooh, air quality. While you have at least 5 air, can never deal less than 30 damage. How many do we have? 3 right now, so we would not have it active just yet, but we're kind of close. Gradually restore magic, but total amount reduced by 70. I think we had this in our previous run, and it actually caused us some issues. So we did not have enough max magic to do what we needed to do. We have enough max magic now that I don't think that'd be an issue, but we also already have a pretty solid source of magic restoration, so I don't think it's necessary. Otherwise, charge cast also causes lightning bolts repeatedly, strike one foe at a time. I think we take air quality. Even if the short term it doesn't do anything.
No getting used
Yeah,
to
and it
that.
doesn't count for the number of air boons. So, okay. How are we feeling for this fight? We've learned a lot about it. So in general, I feel like our execution has been better, but we are definitely going to take some damage, a lot of damage. And I don't think our charge attack is really going to be relevant, which means or at least we're not going to be able to stack multiple kills on it. So our hammer upgrade there is not going to be relevant. I think we're mostly just looking at basic attack plus this, for the most part, and a little bit of that. Nothing particularly special. So we will see how we fare.
You again.
Yeah,
Oh, you keep trying to kill me, lady.
maybe.
The former sea nymph side of me says just forget it and move on. But I don't like to listen to her anymore.
Oh, also for what it's worth, first or second time we encountered Scylla, I had mentioned how I had previously thought, based on a reading of the Odyssey from, honestly, like, a long time ago at this point, that I thought she was just a full-blown sea monster, six-headed sea monster. But then I, after having thought that through, I looked it up, and I think, although it's not 100% certain, a lot of people are saying, you know, she's not actually a sea monster. She is more of a siren or sea nymph of some variety. So that does check out.
That you don't listen to yourself explains a lot. I know better than to try and kill an Oceanid, former or not. I just need you to get out of my way.
Okay.
Hear that, gals? I distinctly heard the lady say, I need you there.
Oh.
Our art changes lives. Let's say we change this one right now.
All right, here we go.
We are Scylla, the
Okay, want to dash this way. That's the big thing we've learned, except that I dashed straight into that very obvious attack. And then you dash right at me and trap me in a corner. Okay, so we're off to a wonderful start here, and by that I mean an absolutely horrible start here. Now, if Freenos were to start taking some hits for us here, that would be wonderful. That would be fantastic timing. That is... Oh my goodness. That was so horribly executed. Oh. Okay, I see that. So now we want to go this way. Kind of curious to try to see if we can actually take out Scylla first, because we've always killed her last. Ooh, dodge that. Okay, except we want to dodge this way. Actually, don't remember what the musical note projectiles do. Oh, what happened? Scylla was making some extra remarks there, but I didn't see why. Is the drummer taking a timeout? Yeah, she's not dead. For a second I thought she was, but... Not really sure what that means, to be honest with you. That, visual effect there. I don't remember. Oh, well. You did block that, the drummer. Oh, just you now? Surprised Scylla is still singing. Oh no, okay, hold on. Dash through. And no, oh, well, facing the correct direction would be helpful. No, Scylla is not taking damage from this, but oh, you are, except that you can throw projectiles point blank range, and it is quite subtle, in fact. There's not a lot of visual indication of that happening. So it's looking like we're going to have to use our Death Defiance here, which is, of course, not ideal by any means. Okay, now you're the featured artist. Oh my gosh, I did not remember seeing that before. I do not like when you are the featured artist. I'm now realizing. Can you please not be the featured artist anymore? I'd greatly appreciate if you were not the featured artist anymore. Oh. Not sure if we were still in that circle or not. No. You're also making it very difficult to hit you right now. Now watch into that. And more damage as well. On top of that, where's it going now? Oh, you're still in the featured artist phase where you're doing a lot. Okay. Throwing a little sprint while we're at it. You are low for what it's worth. You are dead for what it's worth. Okay. Oh, that's not what I thought you were starting to charge up. Okay. Get out of the way of that. It's just a melee attack of sorts, it seems like. Okay, don't stand right next to her when she's making extra noises. Generally speaking. I'd actually go for you after all. I should be able to single these two out more than I have thus far, except I'm trying to be kind of cautious. But you know what the safe option is to do this. Nope, bad, bad. Don't do that. That's out of range. Nope. Oh, I thought I had that active, but I didn't just yet. Don't know what skill is doing right now. Ooh, okay. Okay, I do see those other projectiles, and you're charging. Oh, except it's actually just a stun. She's dead. Okay. Now just skill up. Dodge that. Okay, skill is doing her thing. Once again, of course, it's skill will last. Oh, don't stand there. Okay, so this concerns me, of course. These guys. I don't actually know if they spawn infinitely. They might. Are they continuing to come out even after we take them out? I think they are. Pretty sure they are. Are they? Maybe not. Oh, now she spawns more. Yeah, I see. No. Okay. Okay. Okay, keep moving. Keep moving. Horse tried to actually get damage on her. There we go. No death defiance necessary. Very close call. But that is a key threshold, because we still have a lot of healing. So I think we can recover, hopefully, from this with a little bit of time, while still maintaining that death defiance, which of course is a one-time thing.
The very bottom of the sea.
Okay.
Where keepsakes manifest.
So we do this. We do this. Now, since we don't have any armor, this is where we stand to benefit from taking off the silken sash. Yes, there's a chance we happen to find a way to get more armor later on, but this could be an opportunity for us to instead... I mean, we haven't seen Hephaestus at all, so might we benefit more from Selene stuff, or this was magic stuff from Hecate's keepsake, right? After you use magic, restored over 3 seconds. I really don't think we need that at all, to be honest with you. I think we might just take Hephaestus.
The shard.
But again, this is where getting more nectar so we can get better keepsakes, ones that are more useful when we switch them mid-run, could be really helpful. Because Arachne's is useful for that, but the other ones... I mean, if we have specific gods or goddesses that we really like for a specific build, then yeah, maybe. That could be good.
Where to from here?
But Hephaestus, I'm not necessarily sure is the particular god or goddess we were looking for. This one, okay, do we have only one choice? Oh, hold on.
Amid the overgrowth near to the lowest reaches of the underworld lurk the innumerable souls who cling to shreds of love and hope that long since ceased to be.
Oh, okay.
It's rather bleak down here.
It's a little bleak. Okay, I think this is our only option. So we're already up back to 82 health, and we should get more going in here. We're at 99, so that's what I meant.
Look
That
at the
standpoint.
golden petals on the ground.
We're doing fairly well. They're probably, yep, random enemies of sorts in this area. Where did you just teleport? They aren't where they used to be. Just want to get rid of the enemies that are, yeah, roaming about. What? From what? You're nasty. I hate those guys. Okay, a little bit of free psyche. We'll take it. See you. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. That's a whole lot of stuff. I think it was a little free health boost. It's only 5, but we'll take it. Is this... No, that's not the magic bow. That's the trying to leave this room bow. Okay, so it's just a palm. And... is the other one health? It might have been. So, to be honest, neither of those rewards are especially inspiring. I think we might lead with the... no, I think actually it makes more sense to lead palm. I actually think it probably makes more sense to lead palm.
Smackers.
What did she call these? Okay, I know there's one of you in there. This ranged attack is very helpful against you, though, I think. For several reasons. Both when we are in the dark cloud, and also when we are outside and all we can see is the health bar.
Not a chance.
Okay, nice. So now, what is this? Why is it glowing? Oh no. So we can take this. Attack steal more or upgrade our attack. 5% more damage. I mean, it is one of our main sources of damage. Otherwise, extra damage on the cast. I mean, that is something we are using very regularly as well. So, I think both of these are useful. This, definitely not. I might actually go for this.
One remains.
Okay, now we take the health. As said, not ideal. Oh, that sound effect threw me off for a second. It made me think something out of the ordinary was afoot. It's the Thanatos sound effect from Hades 1. So I was like, does that mean Nemesis is about to show up here? You had me wondering. Oh, it's technically cutting off. Eagle. No. What? Did that hit us? From that far back when we were actively attacking and theoretically stunning them? I am shocked. I mean, I still don't fully understand exactly how all these enemies' attacks work. Okay, we know of one mini-boss here. In fact, it's the one that killed us in our previous run. Okay, well, it's a mini-boss either way. So it's a matter of, do we prioritize Zeus? We already have some boons from, and maybe there are some extra benefits to getting multiple of his stuffs happening, or Hephaestus. We did take the Hephaestus keepsake, so we have the option to upgrade. I think we take his for that reason. Is it the guy we know? It is the guy we know.
My blood is not for you.
And yes, he does very much seem to be a vampire, based on what what we just said upon entering this room. So, I think we've far more health than we had upon entering this room last time we faced this guy. Oh, that deals damage? It's not just a magnet stun effect? I did not realize that. I know that deals huge damage. Oh, we still got hit by that. Okay. Where'd you go? What? Dash away from that. Dash away from whatever that is. We have beaten him before. The first time we encountered him, I think. So it's not like, you know, all is lost as soon as we saw him appear. He is a little tricky, just from the sheer damage. But there we go.
Won't be gone for long.
Okay.
Supposedly you're passing through the morning fields along your way down there. Glad I ain't never seen a place like that. Misery is like smoke, gets in your eyes and such. Hard to shake off.
Oh, and I'm remembering now. No, we have actually seen two different mini-bosses. There was the super Medusa-like enemy as well. Okay, what do we have now? So granted, we may now have some ways to get armor from Hephaestus that could, that's a ton. Wow. That would have benefited from still having Arachne's keepsake. Once we use a keepsake and switch away from it mid-run, we no longer have the option to take it back. It's a one-use type of thing in that way. So, or at least that's the way it was in Hades 1, so I assume that's the way that it is in Hades 2 as well. This is also armor. Your casts deal damage 3 times in succession, but in a smaller area. I think we take that, to be honest with you. I mean, this is still nice, even if we don't have the extra benefit of being able to stack even more armor on top of that from the keepsake. It's still effectively 100 extra health, but I think we could still use
Smith God's power.
some, wait, which, is that a cast or a special? So this is special, and then the Hephaestus one we just got was, oh, we also need to try to prioritize getting air boons, which I totally forgot about. Which we probably would have gotten some from Zeus, so that maybe was something to be said for that. Oh, it's the cast? Okay. So it's this. Oh. I don't know how I feel about that in hindsight. I'm not sure I like that all that much. Oh. Okay. So this is kind of tough. Hammer could be absolutely huge for us. And as I've said before, this is... I'm not that impressed by the results of the... I forget what... This is like Echo or something along those lines. The Narcissus dude. And I like Arachne more than the other two. But this is there's no enemies in this encounter, which honestly might be the biggest benefit. Because the upside here certainly feels much higher. I think we take this, to be honest with you. I think we do. Maybe we just got underwhelming options last time we went to one of those places. Oh. So maybe that's giving me a bad perception of how we ought to treat that type of encounter. Any health, we'll take it. That is the hammer. That's probably what we want to take first. Are there any other mini things? Does the bow that we activated show us when there are free mini rewards? Oh, there's you, but we can't do that until we're done with the encounter. Same with the mini shop. Okay. Okay, well, there is a lot of stuff in this room, for sure. Oh, that's nasty. That is a nasty set of enemies there. Because that was an armored version of this dude. Not just a normal version. Oh, there is a mini set of coins here. Let's see how much that was. Else? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so I think priorities, hammer first, probably Selene second, and then last the coins, because coins aren't really going to do anything in this room itself. Okay, you're down. Nice and easily. Okay, I was not a huge fan when I saw how much our cast upgrade reduced the area of effect that it had, seemingly at least. However, the damage does seem to be significantly better now. So That may make up for it. Round the brambles real quick. Throw that down. You gone? No. Now you are. Rhinos! Careful, buddy. Okay, careful of that. Okay.
Enough of this.
Those explode and or just walk over to this. What do we get this time? Your attacks deal plus 200% damage, striking foes from behind. Your charged special... Oh, these would be the perfect rooms for using our charged attack boon, which we kind of forgot about, to be honest. Because these are long encounters. Charge special uses less magic, and you channel it much faster. Yeah, but that's not really the thing that we're most concerned about, right? We're building more around attack, or charged attack specifically. Last strike in your attack sequence deals plus 300 damage in a larger area. We have taken this before, and I think it was useful. Let's do it. I mean, it's simple, straightforward, but it is good. I think you're next. Okay, well, that was the final move in the combo, but I was running away from the enemies at that point. So did not hit any of them. Please stop that. Oh, you still get me there? Not quite stun all the guys who are trying to do that to us. Ooh, okay. Those things don't quite blow up instantly, but they do blow up pretty quickly. Okay, saw that coming. There we go. Alright, so I think this is our first Selene boon.
I call upon the moon and draw you down. None of my light pierces this dismal region normally, but for you, little star, I shall not hesitate to pierce the heavens and the earth alike. Together, let us strive for victory.
And, you know, this is theoretically something that would also
Make your choice.
help us get more benefit out of spending our magic, which again, I should have probably used in that previous encounter as well. Wolf Howl, your hex makes you rise up, then crash down target area for 200 damage. Hex turns you into an impervious living nightmare with her own abilities. We have seen this before. We took it, but we either never used enough mana to activate it, or we activated it and couldn't tell the difference. But I am intrigued. I think we try this.
Your terrifying form.
Ooh. Okay, we might even use it for the last set of enemies here, because I believe this resets every room, although I haven't really been 100% certain about that. Oh, that's also not what I meant to do. Well, that was not the timing I meant to do that with. We are impervious, theoretically, or we were. Okay, now we're no longer. Okay, we had an interesting little moment there where we were doing some cool stuff, I guess. It was brief, though. I would like for you to not do that. We stun you. Prevent you from doing that if we hit you mid-attack. Okay. Is that the first time we've seen the equivalent of the Field of Mourning version of the Banshees?
More of this
Or that I just
tainted gold.
refer to them as Banshees. I don't actually know what their official name is, but... Saw you before.
The honors, please, Phrynos.
Phrynos? Oh, from all the way over there. Well done, Phrynos. That's starting to add up to some pretty serious psyche. Okay, so we could get some health restoration. Next 12 Charon item will have a longer duration, or gain random item. Let's just see what we have coming up next. More Selene, Hermes, and coins, or Poseidon health magic. Don't like the magic. We've more than enough right now. Coins, we have a ton already, so that's not hugely beneficial. So health and Poseidon versus Selene and Hermes. I might lean this way just because Poseidon and health. Hermes. I think we still do this. I think this is still better. Okay, so remember,
More shades.
if we can kill some of these basic enemies all with the charge-up attack, then that is ideal. Like that. I'm not sure if that technically was what got credit for the kill, though, because our cast deals damage in a few separate instances, which is how several of... Okay, there we go. It says powered up when it happens, so that is our tell. Okay, so magic is definitely the lowest priority. Health, probably the next lowest. What was the other option? Oh, this is also not the thing that I meant to charge up. This is. I do like how this sort of charges forward, which makes it a little safer, seemingly. Famous last words, of course. As we get chased around by some of these guys. Oh, man. Get the timing wrong anyway. I know you're gonna do that. And he disappeared for some reason. There we go. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, so we theoretically powered it up a few times. Forget how much the damage increases every time we do it. Something like, it might be as high as 5, which may not seem dramatic, but you do that a few times, and that definitely does add up. But granted, I don't really want to do that straight into the brambles. Ooh, okay, hello. Okay, more. Got a few more. Hit you with that. Eating you a bit. Okay. Now we nab this. And we have used enough to be able to activate this. Oh, this skill tree looks different. While your Hex is not ready, you have plus 1% chance to dodge. I mean, it's better than nothing. Hex lasts 1 second longer. It was a very short duration. I did accidentally activate it before starting the encounter, so that had something to do with it. During your Hex, deal extra damage to Guardians. During Hex, deal 20% extra damage. While your Hex is not ready, have 1% chance to dodge. What are the later options here? Last for extra seconds. Deal more damage. During the Hex. During Hex, deal damage to Guardians. Hex is not ready. Okay, it's all more the same stuff. Cast deals a bunch more damage. Okay. We go... Oh, you can't stack second or duration into duration. They're on opposite sides. That's kind of unfortunate. 'Cause I was thinking we'd go for that. Not really loving the low percent chance to dodge, although that is stackable. Maybe we go damage and duration here. Yeah, I think we do that. Or double damage. Let's go damage duration. Oh, do this while we're at it.
Golden once again.
Okay, so that's magic, that's health, that's Poseidon. Thought that was little enemies for a second there, but it's not. Okay, but I do think Poseidon is... Oh, well, I guess we can do this while we're at it.
Wheat seeds.
Don't know that we've ever gotten those before. Now, let's activate this. Okay, don't really like how we kind of got surrounded there. But with that, Armored Werewolf kind of terrifies me. The basic version is kind of terrifying. Ooh, okay. Remember, we cannot stun it when it has armor. Oh, you are just hanging out there from before. Okay, and I tried to use the charge attack. You were already dead by the time I had it ready to go. Oh, that was a great opportunity to get several charge attack kills. Oh, no. Come on. Ah, darn it. That was not who I wanted to hit. Not that one. I rushed because I just wanted to not get hit by that attack. The cast also has a longer duration. Oh, that was also not a good one to hit with the cast, because that was a good one to pick off with the charge attack. There we go. Hey, friends. Okay, nope, bad timing. Don't get greedy with it. That's the issue. Is On one hand, it's nice. On the other hand, I don't want to get carried away and take unnecessary damage because I'm forcing the issue. Okay, what do we get here? And Poseidon, to be fair, we could have considered giving a boon to, but... Or rather, giving a nectar to, but I think he's not quite our top choice. You strike foes with your weapon. A spirit bubble may appear, 10% chance, which will restore magic. Not very useful. We have all the magic restoration we need, realistically. If you enter a location, prime 30 magic, reduce any damage you would take by 2. What is our max magic? I mean, probably more than we need. I wish the damage reduction number was higher. If it was, that seems like a very obvious choice. Whenever you knock away slam foes into barriers, create a blast in the area. I think this is very good.
Should be 2 more.
From Hades 1, that is a thing. It's a very common build for people to do when stacking Poseidon stuff. And I'm hoping that could be the same here as well. What? Not hit the enemy I wanted to hit there. You are armored. Probably will be kind of nasty. That up. Power that up. That didn't quite get you. That did. We do have the cast, or rather the Selene boon that is ready to go, but I'm kind of waiting for maybe the last encounter, or the last set of enemies.
Stay where you are.
No, don't do that. That would have been greedy. It's not right. That was also a chance to get more. Or this. There we go. Okay. It is starting to stack. I think we're starting to see it. Now it is you, and yeah, and all the more reason why we realistically do not need more magic. Okay, you might have charged it up enough now that even enemies that still have a pretty sizable amount of health are gettable. Then it can start to be a bit of a feedback loop, right? Because the beginning of the room is a little tricky. So you know it's not that strong, you are forcing it more. Yeah, we just one-shot, what was a relatively little enemy, but still. Get all these guys with it. Oh, I missed. Can't see just how big the number is getting. 400 something. Also, okay, this is where you don't walk straight into them. However, avoid that. Now you go after him, though. It's not enough to one-shot those guys. It's the mid 400s per hit now. 470. Oh, I missed. 80. That was close. There's no one over here. And now, granted, at this point, we aren't really going to need our special hex.
I can do this.
Oh, what was... There's an extra symbol over there, I thought. Okay. Final room before Cerberus? Question mark? Only 1 reward per room. One of them is a shop. I think that is the case. At this point, we have almost 500 coins, and we can, theoretically, purchase multiple things in this room. I think we do need to go shop in this case. Okay. I'm just wary of Nemesis showing up and stealing more of our stuffs here. Because we do want to get pretty aggressive at this stage with our purchases. Probably still don't need this. I mean, there are some boons that can potentially give us bonuses based on how much magic we have, and if we were to take this, that would be pretty crazy, but I don't think we can rely on that. So I think we're going to take these two, and just these two in all likelihood.
Hear me on my authority.
Let's see. Okay, so remember, we would love to get... Oh, is it 2 more air boons that we need? Because I still don't think we've done that. Yeah, we need 2 more. So we can certainly get 1, although... Well, you have at least 3 fire. Whenever you take damage, restore some health. How much fire? We have 1 fire. Okay, we don't have enough boons to do all those things. Casts expand in size until they expire. That would be kind of nice. That was one of the things I was saying was a little tricky about the cast, was it seemingly made the area get smaller once we added the Festus boon to it. While standing in your cast, gradually restore mana. Don't need that. So I think it is going to be this. Okay, so this will be Cerberus. We still have not used our Death Defiance, so that is nice. But we had a little more trouble with Cerberus last time round.
Thank you for your service.
See how we fare this time. Here he is.
Kronos must have kicked him out again.
Let's not walk straight into that, though. I saw it coming a mile away. Knew we were gonna get clobbered by it. Oh, and yes. Okay, I remember that's what happened last time we fought Cerberus. Was that we had a bunch of attacks where we seemingly kind of sort of dodged out of the way of it, but the area of effect was a little bit larger than I had realized.
What's the use?
Oh.
Not true.
I don't really remember that. Or I vaguely remember that. Cerberus makes us sad, apparently. Like that, for example. Really looked like we dodged out of the way, but apparently we didn't. That was a good opportunity to just absolutely spam our attack. I didn't necessarily do it to the extent that I could have. Okay, that was greedy. Make no mistake. I tried to do the charge, power up the charge. Let's not stand there. Generally speaking, I feel like that's probably a bad idea. What the heck? I kind of walked into that, but I don't think we actually took damage from it. That's also probably not what I meant to do. And by probably not what I meant to do, I mean it definitely was not what I meant to do. One moment, please. And that's one of them. Oh, I wasn't fast enough to sneak in. Okay, let's not get hit by that, though. Hey, Cerberus. There you are. Okay, dash that way. Now remember, he can still attack you, even while he's doing that. Now we dash this way, and this actually turns into a good attacking opportunity for damage. He's getting mad. He's displeased with us. Oh, that was not close enough. Oh, where's he going? Somewhere. There, apparently. We can get up close now. I do not remember that. The way that they move. It does look cool, though. He does have some very cool looking attacks. You absolutely have to give him that. This one included. But this might be our best opportunity to deal damage to him. So, if anything, we're just thankful for that. That's several rounds of explosions there. Okay. Everything is fine? Maybe? Possibly? Sort of? Can you stop that for a second? You're charging. You're mad. I get it. Oh, that was the wrong direction to start running in. Can't deal as much damage if we are in a bad position at the start of that phase, but there we go. Not too bad. Obviously, we did take a lot of damage.
Princess of the Dead somehow manages to overcome the beast.
But we did hold on to our Defiance, and that is very important, as we saw in the previous boss fight.
Go find your master now.
Still don't know if we've ever used that type of resource. Whatever it is, I don't even know what it is. Anything else? It's a funny sound effect when we do the sprint. almost missed this.
Even the doleful residents of the morning fields would rather languish longer there than plummet deeper into the abyss, where only the most wretched shades reside.
Only the most wretched serving Kronos.
Yeah, well,
Farewell,
that's where we're
fields.
headed.
My keepsakes manifest.
Okay, now we have the option to once again switch keepsakes. Did we use the upgrade for the Hephaestus keepsake? I know we got a Hephaestus boon, but I don't remember if we actually upgraded it or not, because that kind of dictates whether we want to change here. But here you see, this is what I was referring to before. We cannot switch back to the Silken Sash because we started off with that and then discarded it, at least for this run, when we switched over to Hephaestus, and would be the same thing here if we were to switch to something new. Although, I mean, we do have a Hex now. Oh, okay. Yeah, from the next Path of Stars. So I think you would need to find Selene Boon in order to get that benefit. It's not as if it would immediately apply. And I'm not sure if Selene even can appear on this floor. So I don't think it's the time to change to that. And as we were saying before, this one, the Mana Restoration, not helpful because we already have a whole bunch of that. So I think we just stick with what we have. Especially because I don't remember if we've actually used the main thing it's there for. Okay, but that health restoration is very nice. We will get more when we change rooms too. Courtesy of one of our Arcana cards, but also
The lowest reaches.
the boon that we got from Chaos way back when.
It worked.
And that has certainly added up. You think about when we got that, and how low we have dropped on health at times. Okay, but...
This place was
oh, back to business.
shall be yours.
Okay, careful. Oh, that is not where I had intended to go. In fact, I was pointed in exactly the opposite direction with where I was targeting our charged attack. Okay, go on. Get out of there. That was maybe not the right place to go either, because there was another enemy that was charging up an attack. Hold on. I guess we can dash out of that, theoretically, to avoid taking damage if we're going to find ourselves in a bad situation. Oh, there's still more. I did not realize that. Look at that. That's what we like to see. This is not what we like to see. Now, if you were to make the little rat dudes, though, which you might be about to do, then suddenly, that is a great opportunity for us to power up. So that's a bunch of enemies that may functionally have 1 health. Not really sure. Ooh, that did not kill you. Okay. This will. Oh, more rats. One moment. I'm on my way. Oh. Okay, maybe I am getting a little too greedy with it. Probably taking more damage than we need to take in the process. We could also do this, for what it's worth. Since the encounter's almost over, we might as well, I guess. Okay, it does give us a little counter, it's our little sound effect when it's close to expiring, which is useful.
Shall go unpunished.
Okay, so we have this. We probably did take more damage than we had to take. I also don't know if we've ever gotten those. I don't think we have. Okay, we've 2 options. Bunch of coins or progress. Might go bunch of coins, actually. It's a little greedy. I'm going to take a chance on it. Oh, okay. Nope, never mind. Get out of there. That also went way further than I expected us to go. So if we knock you into, yes, a barrier, then you start to create an area of effect that deals damage. Okay, I am gonna keep this more simple and focus on just not taking damage instead of trying to min-max the effects of our hammer upgrade. So I feel like that is starting to cause us some issues here. Armor? That the rat had armor? Okay, so there was a whole lot of coins. So my thought process was, if we get to that, if we get to that penultimate room where we have the shop where we can purchase a bunch of stuff, then that could start to pay off. Now, this is functionally a free room to restore 17 extra health. We know there won't be any enemies here.
It's you.
And we should get something from our dad.
All bound in chains of hardest adamant. The erstwhile lord and master of the dead now is a prisoner within the realm the fates themselves decreed was his by right.
I'm sorry, Father.
That is pretty messed up. We could gift to you. I have no idea what you would give us in return. I mean, I'm kind of tempted just to see, but as I said, I feel like we're just looking for the essentials at this stage. And that means a few gods or goddesses that we like. And the NPC, I mean, obviously Hades is a god or goddess, but I'm talking about the ones that give you boons directly, in the normal way. Whereas the other NPCs, like Arachne, for example, Hecate, Selene to a certain extent, just because her boons are a little more unique, they have typically more unusual effects for their keepsakes that do not directly tie to boons. So I think we'll forego giving the nectar here.
I know not how you withstood the Titan if truly you confronted him. Quickly now, tell me about this. Have you been... Are you well?
Sweet. But also, is it just me, or the art for Hades here seems very different from the style of the art that we've had for basically any other character? This looks much more like a sketch, whereas the other ones, of course, look much more fully fledged.
Am I well?
Like this?
All my life, I've been preparing for this moment, to bring the usurper of the House of Hades to justice. So, I'll have to get back to you, depending on how it goes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Get back to me if you must. I'd grant your vengeance if I could. But this is all that I can do for now.
That, we were asking ourselves, would Hades treat us differently than he treated Zagreus in Hades 1? Because it seemed, from our first encounter with him a little while back, that might have been the case. Certainly seems like it on that occasion. After you take damage, go dark for 10 seconds, recharge in 40 seconds, damage while dark, huge boost. We got this, was it in the previous run where we, or at least the last time we used these blades? And it was just hard to be deliberate about using that huge damage bonus wisely. Because in theory it looks amazing, but in practice it was hard to execute that. Deal more damage for each spent Death Defiance. We have not yet spent any Death Defiances. In your confrontation with Kronos summons fewer reinforcements. We've seen this every time. We've always said to ourselves that sounds intriguing, but we've yet to take it. Maybe this is the time when we go for it. Sure.
All right.
We almost took it on several occasions before.
Notoriously vicious Cerberus sits vigilantly by his master's side.
Won't let me.
Still no. Okay, so I was asking when we had the option to make Phrynos our familiar. I was wondering what other options would we have? What are the alternatives? Because I couldn't think of any other than potentially Cerberus, who's obviously several orders of magnitude bigger than Phrynos, but seemed like, you know, we might not be able to guarantee seeing Cerberus anytime soon, and didn't even know definitively if he was going to be an option, so we passed on that and instead just went for the simple, straightforward Phrynos option. Oh, can we chat with Phrynos or something? No? Okay. I made that up. Never mind. Okay, well, let's carry on.
For our family.
Okay, that one I potentially could have gotten the charge kill on. But as I was saying before, don't force it. This is not the time to be losing silly health because you're trying to do something that you really don't realistically need to do. These guys are fast. And they teleport. And I could not get out of that corner. No, I don't like this. I don't like this room in general. Nope. Bad. Bad. Also bad. Okay, maybe the source of the rats. It might have been another one of those dudes. Okay, there we go. At least it's only one wave of enemies. That much is nice. What are you pointing me toward? Oh. There's no way I would have seen that. Just the angle makes it look like this is a random blob.
That shade needs you, Phrynos.
Okay, how much this time? 50. That is very nice. I mean, at this point, we've gotten how much psyche from this one run from Phrynos alone? It has to be getting close to 200. Okay, mini boss or progress? I think we just go progress at this point. We already went for one instance. I don't know what that is, but we'll take it. Or apparently we've gotten it before. We already chose one room to get bonus stuff. So I don't think we can be that much. I don't think we can be particularly greedy at this stage. This is not the time. We're now armorless, which is very good. As are you. Damage, oh, in that case, is very good, at least until you start blocking us. Your shield, making it so we cannot stun lock you anymore. Nice. Oh, stop that. There we go. There's still another wave. And that is, needless to say, not where I intended to put that cast. Get rid of you. Pretty please. There we go. Just make you a non-factor. That is not where I wanted that to go either. Bit of chip damage there. I almost dashed into that rather than away from it. Oh, what? I got trapped in that corner. Not want to be there. Nope. Enough of that nonsense. There we go. Okay. Actually, don't think we took too much damage in this. Well, net damage after you consider the healing. Yeah, at this point, I think everything is a mini-boss if we want to try to get rewards at the end of the room, but we are instead relying on just huge sums of money from the shop, as long as we can get there. Don't want to be here anymore. Oh my gosh. That's just a wall of projectiles. I don't know if Phrynos could have saved us. Oh, we're stuck? I did not realize that's what that did. I thought it just dealt damage. Which, you know, if you get stuck in there, when there are a whole bunch of those projectiles swarming around, then that could certainly add up. What I'm wondering is, I've been wondering this for a while, but I don't think I said it out loud. Is there a way to more deliberately position... Oh gosh, that's terrible damage. Position Phrynos so that he is more regularly absorbing damage for us? Because there's a room like this where the potential for Phrynos to bail us out seems very good. On the other hand, I can't say how much he's actually doing. Look at us. Okay.
One remains.
There. Certainly took more damage in that room. Alright, there's no reward at the end of the room. Okay. So one more room with enemies before the shop, right? The shop doesn't show up for the... Yeah, shop does not have the Roman numeral on it. So, congested rooms, theoretically this should be effective, if I could hit the enemies with it, that is. Oh, well. Then I wanted to move, and instead started attacking the wall. There's definitely going to be more than one wave, right? Surely. Nope. Get out of here. There's a chance this isn't even the last enemy. Get rid of your armor, ideally. At least do that. Okay, now you're straightforward. It's nice and easy. Yeah, there's another wave. Okay.
Should be the last of them.
Okay. Well, at least there's that reassurance. But this is nasty. This group of enemies. Mostly just the wall projectiles those guys can make. I missed. Okay, you're down. Hold on. Then do that. There we go. Okay. Didn't take that much damage in that room. That was alarming. Okay, here's our exit. This should be the shop. Okay. And we have almost 1,000, which means we could go, like, just right here. Would be what might technically be the most efficient way to spend our coins, or at least spend as many as possible, but getting 155 healing is overhealing, but it does still feel like that might not be a bad idea. Maybe we still nab some of these first, so let's see. If we do this, it means we're going to have to skimp out on something else. Probably, it's going to have to be one of these two, right? We're going to have to downgrade one of those to Poseidon. I mean, we already have some good Poseidon stuff happening, so maybe that's not a terrible thing to load up on even more Poseidon. We've passed up on Hermes on several occasions. Do we actually have a Hermes boon? Well, the other thing is that we want to get one more air boon, so that we actually get, where is it? One of our infusions, so that we actually make it so that our min damage per hit is 30. So I feel like you're more like, who's more likely to give us an air boon? I feel like both of them have a decent chance. I think Apollo's going to give us a lot of fire and air, mixture of those two. Hermes might be more or less pure air. So we do this, that's 650. Then 740. I mean, we're gonna have a lot left over because it was very clean. Purchase here or get the food, and then suddenly we're gonna have a lot left over. But let's do Hermes.
May I?
Officially, I'm keeping tabs on you. You're not supposed to know, just so you know. I tell Olympus all the latest happenings, nothing too private, mind, and then I tell you more. Just keeping tabs on everyone, I guess.
Okay. So we can't do. Wait. Well, we have at least 2 of each. No, we don't. We're actually very close. But you deal 20% more damage. If we then took Apollo, I think we could probably make this happen, but then we wouldn't get the healing. I think we do need the healing, though. And we were saying we probably need the air, which would mean we're looking for this. Each time you slay a foe, deal more damage for the next 30 seconds. Oh, we got this in a previous run, and it was amazing. The problem was... the problem this time is we took the Hades... bonus or boon of sorts that reduce the number of enemies in this upcoming encounter. So, all right, yeah. I mean, I think it has to be this because, okay, no, that is still meaningful. I just saw the magic and assumed we were going to be fine and not need it, but I think we still take this.
That was my boon.
Okay, so now we do have this active. Think we need to do this, which means we do this. Watch this be a boon that gives us healing. Strike foes with weapon. A spirit bubble may appear. This is mana restoration. We saw that before. Start of each encounter. Deal plus 100% damage at the beginning of the encounter. Are we fast enough to take advantage of that? Obviously, it's going to be a lot longer than 10 seconds for this encounter. After you reach location, prime and reduce damage we take by 2. This might still be better than this. So this is more so a long-term thing over the course of the run, will eventually add up and be significant. Obviously, we are going to take a lot of damage from Kronos, but reducing his damage by 2 per hit, is that going to be more effective than this? I think we just run straight up to him and mash the attack button at the very beginning of the encounter.
A wave of power.
Okay, now we cannot afford these. Unfortunately, cannot quite afford them. Alright. Let's head in. So we've at least made it to Kronos, which is an important threshold for us. This is the furthest we've been, or at least tied for the furthest we've been.
You are too young to know what it was like. Before the gods reshaped the world to be like this, mortals did not have to die in agony and waste away within this pit. A simpler age, and all the better for it.
I don't know about that.
All the better because you controlled every detail, is that it?
Right.
You couldn't stand that others had a different outlook than your own. You went to war with your own children. After eating them whole, so they say.
Yeah, you know, that's generally not great.
They say a lot of things. They went to war with me. My offspring and my other charges did not always take to discipline. I had too many to look after to take cheek from anyone. And you, my girl, are not entitled to anything more.
Okay. Right, remember? Get right up in his face immediately. So we get the damage bonus at the beginning. So I don't care if we take damage from this, to be honest. Still have our Death Defiance as well, which is nice. Oh, what? I don't remember what this is. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, actually.
Come forth, my subjects.
Pacey. Is he taking damage from that? I don't know if he was. Also, I did not mean to put that there. Remember, we also get a damage boost from killing enemies, so we actually do benefit a little bit from attacking his friends. I mean, usually we would attack them anyway, but we could also use it to farm up our charged attack boost from our hammer upgrade. But I think that's probably just going to get us into trouble if we do that. Except maybe if we get rid of those, that's not where we want to go. Yep, we've learned that now. Really from another encounter. That has more damage after the fact. Okay, that's not great. Except he didn't really do anything over in there. Gives us a damage boost, so we'll take it. We don't want to be there. We want to side dash out of this because he's going to follow up with that, which absolutely annihilated us. And that did too. Okay, we don't have a lot of health right now. We may, this is not yet the most damage we've ever dealt to him because we got him very close on a previous occasion. I was not ready for him to do a triple attack, double attack, let alone triple attack on that occasion.
But I shall catch you yet.
I heed your call once more.
We did summon Moros.
Intertwine. Why did you call upon me, Princess? Did you not receive the artifact I brought you from the Fates?
Lord Moros, I did receive the fated list, and summoned you once more as it ordained. All children of Nyx are welcome where I reside. Might we speak further there? I have many questions.
I don't know whether I can answer them, as my own search for truth has not been going well of late. But I'll not decline your cordial invitation. Please lead the way.
Alright. It's a little strange immediately after the fight with Kronos for him to pop up, but I suppose we did expect him to appear.
Where did he go?
Okay, so overall, I mean, we made it to Kronos, which is, of course, the threshold that we have generally been using for, I mean, it's the furthest we've been thus far, and until we complete that encounter, it, that is the bar. So,
Happened to see a tall, horned fellow passing through?
Right. Did you find Moros? We did bring Phrynos. He was huge from the standpoint of getting the shades to give us Psyche. In terms of reducing the amount of damage we took, I mean, it's hard to know definitively. He did give us 10 increased max health, which is not a huge amount, but hey, I mean, that is something.
Rise again.
You've been
Hey,
staring
Dora.
at that picture more and more. Happy family? Well, it's starting to get to me because I think it's starting to get to you. Don't get all misty on me, Mel.
Thank you, Dora. Though you needn't worry. I won't get lost in memories because there isn't much for me to remember. I just wonder what my brother and my birth parents were like.
I mean, we have now seen our father.
Uh-huh. Sounds awful lot like dwelling on the past to me. Nothing you could have done. Hey, you could be doing nothing right now.
I'll give it some thought.
Or don't.
I mean, we weren't brooding before, but we can brood now.
Father, mother, brother, please be safe. Please.
Okay. Yeah, and I think the, possibly the biggest thing that we got during that entire run may have been the very early health restoration boon that we got from Chaos, because I think that run would have ended a lot earlier had we not gotten that.
A brief word?
Okay, so here is Moros.
Princess, we've not met formally. I'm the official bearer of bad news. The Witch of the Crossroads apprised me of the situation here, and was gracious to invite me to stay for now.
Okay.
You're welcome here and safe, Lord Moros. So then you know of my task.
Apparently.
To vanquish the usurper of the House of Hades seems more than a task. I regret this burden is yours to bear, and much sooner than expected.
It's all right. I was born for this.
See fulfilled.
Let me see.
Harbinger of Doom. The daughter of the god of the dead shall some evening summon our feared emissary to her abode. In a flash, she shall realize the incantation to achieve this.
Lord Moros has arrived.
Okay,
Now
that
what?
gives us an extra nectar for having completed that, so that is nice. So we were talking about how we are rather in need of those.
Good evening.
Alright, let's see what we can
Our altar can be
cook up here.
purified.
So we do really want to get this, but it requires Shadow, and we suspect this is what we get from defeating Kronos, which obviously we've not yet done. Okay. Consecration of Ashes. Enhance the Altar of Ashes so that you can unlock the potential for your Arcana. Grants 3 moon dust? Okay. Not really sure what all those things mean, but we can do it.
O altar of ashes beneath which I stand, fulfill your true purpose that I know firsthand.
So it shall be.
Nice.
Moon dust.
Okay. Then from here...
Want to try this?
Oh, we did pick up some of this shade rot from Tartarus, I think, and marble might have been from Tartarus as well. So this theoretically would be pretty difficult for us to, or this is rare resources we're using. Reveal a hidden chamber in Tartarus where you may restore some health and elude your foes. That could be very helpful. The healing room that we saw in several other floors. Oh, okay, we can't afford this yet, but that is intriguing.
Oskion Katoski.
Interesting.
Okay, so that should be helpful. And we can still afford to get this. Reveal urns in various locations, which yield up to 15 coins once shattered. So, if you're ever wondering, oh, it seems like there's a lot of urns and vases around. They don't really seem to do anything. Once you get this upgrade, they at least have the chance to give you gold. And that actually would have been really significant on the previous run, because we were in that penultimate room, the shop, where if we had just a little bit more monies, could have gotten an additional boon. So, you never know. Could have been a difference maker.
Should be everything. If time cannot be stopped, then we shall see. If spill my blood I must, so mote it be.
So mote it be.
Okay.
So mote it be.
Very good. Doesn't look like we can afford anything else. Unless maybe check our gardening results. Oh wait, hold on. What about
I need
this?
pure shadow to permeate the surface wards.
Oh! okay, we craft Shadow. Not necessarily from defeating Kronos. In fact, we may not get it from that at all, but we have to spend Ash to do that. The other things we already have, you can see how much Psyche we have after Psyche farming run last go-round. Okay, but let's chat with Hecate.
One more of Nyx's kin is here for us to mind. Your incantation tracked him after all. Doom typically arrives uninvited, of course.
Yeah.
Lord Moros is to be our guest. I know his presence must seem an ill portent, but if the fates wanted him here, who are we to fight it?
I suppose that's right.
Who indeed?
Okay. Heron is here?
I'll have to see how much Kronos still loves his gold after all this. The good thing about traitors is their loyalties can be bought.
Oh. Okay, and why does the wretched broker have an exclamation point?
Always delivers.
Well, we can nab this.
As promised.
There's more Psyche. Oh my gosh, okay. We certainly have plenty of that. And then we could get more ashes. It's the only thing we can afford right now. I mean, the fabric does seem like it certainly is the rarest of these options. But, so do we save up for that? Maybe we do. Why do you have the exclamation, though? Oh, now we can purchase moon dust here, whereas that may not have previously been an option. Thought we also just acquired some from that incantation that we did. I mean, maybe we just take one? And technically speaking, little rattle that he gave. If we were to purchase some ashes, then we might have enough to do the shadow extraction, and then once we do the shadow extraction, we can do this and start going upward. I mean, if we make a point of picking up ash during a run, then we can certainly get a decent chunk of ash. And it seems like now that if we use Phrenos, we can get a pretty substantial source of Psyche every run. So maybe when it comes down to those choices between ash and Psyche, we should, generally speaking, choose ash instead. So,
Odysseus on leave.
ooh. Maybe we'll wait and see
Here you go.
exactly what we get here. Oh, I can tell what this is.
Sprang up so fast.
This is definitely cattails,
Right.
which was one of the things that we just saw we need for one of the crafting incantations over there. So was that from this? Oh, well. Yeah, I'm gonna guess the cattail seeds give us cattails. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Yeah, but this, the poppy seeds, the wheat seeds, now I'm just trying to think of which ones were we getting on the lowest floors, which ones are the rarest. I think this is lowest, or the first floor, Erebus, Oceanus, Fields of Morning, Tartarus? So maybe we prioritize Poppy.
Drink of the earth.
Or we could do 1 and 1. Well, you could also look at it based on the amount of time it takes to grow. That's probably an indication as well. It's okay, maybe we throw Poppy in there as well. Still nothing from Hypnos. Okay. Oh, I didn't check. Wait, is Nemesis there? She is.
Yeah, what? They're saying you got all the way to Tartarus before.
A few times now.
Make it all the way back to your rightful home?
We did.
If you're referring to the House of Hades, then yes, I did make it there. Though you could best describe it as the House of Kronos at this point. He was waiting within just as expected, and was strong, just as expected too.
Too strong, you mean? Well, can't fault you for trying. So what's the plan now? Keep throwing yourself at him till you're totally demoralized? If that hasn't happened already.
I was about to say, the first part of this statement was way too positive from Nemesis. You were catching me off guard.
The task remains the same.
Then she went back to dissing us. Oh, Odysseus has returned.
I heard your efforts to bring Cerberus back to his senses were successful. At least temporarily, Goddess. He bounded off to Tartarus only to be cast out into the fields again.
Apparently.
That's what I gathered, yes. In Tartarus, he seeks his master, my father, whom I happened upon bound in chains. Kronos is torturing them, mocking them.
Kronos is using them to get at you, instill in you emotions that compel you to throw caution to the wind. Remember, wars are won and lost in hearts and minds.
Did you not act on your emotions in your mortal days?
Well, yes. I always did.
Well, that's definitely true.
May moonlight guide us.
Okay. Now, let's head this way.
My altar's all charged up. What's this?
Insights unlocked. May now use moon dust to unlock the full potential of each of your Arcana cards. Can we upgrade existing Arcana cards further? Using the altar, press X to switch to insight. Oh, is there just an alternate version? Hold on. Huh? Do I have to spend it just to see what the insights is? I would like to see what I'm purchasing before I purchase it, ideally. No? Maybe? Maybe not? Okay, well maybe we pick one that we aren't a huge fan of. And flip that. The assumption being that it's going to be something different. I like that. Do you like that? That. I like that. That. Definitely like that. Like that. I mean, you could maybe say this one is the one that is the least oh, we don't have it active. Well, then there's that. We haven't yet started using that.
Concentrate.
Oh, okay, it upgrades it. It does upgrade, is what it does. And they do not have the same cost for all of them. We can get a second Death Defiance from this, though. Okay, was there a place where we could purchase additional dust? Because this feels like that could be unbelievably helpful. Couldn't we
Welcome, Lord Charon.
purchase it from you? We can. It's kind of expensive, relatively speaking, but we have been pretty conservative thus far, spending our bones. So I think we can afford to do a little bit of a splurge here.
Focus.
So then we can of course check what every single one of these ones are. It seems like it's just a numerical increase.
Let me see.
Gain more health, max mana, more healing in between rooms, so on and so forth. That could be useful too. But I think this is probably the one that would have the most dramatic results. So let's do it.
I see it now.
Does it increase the psyche cost?
Strength and wisdom of my predecessors.
I don't think it does, because I'm pretty sure we had 19 out of 20 before, and we still have 19 out of 20 now. Speaking of which, we can upgrade our grasp, and with this much psyche, we could do that at least once, if not multiple times. So you know what? Let's do that. We can do it multiple times. All right, we'll take it. We will definitely take it. So now we're up to 22. It means we have 3 to spare. So we could throw this on, although as I was saying, I'm not a huge fan of it. Reroll location rewards. I mean, it reduces some of the uncertainty, or at least gives us a better chance of getting the rewards that we like. So it's not bad. Probably are other things that I would still prefer. This, for example, just I would think would pretty significantly increase our consistency. There are a bunch of ones that give us rerolls of different varieties. But I guess for now... Right, it's either this, or it's this. I'm just not charging up the casts very often, so I think we do this.
That'll do.
Okay. Huh? That is a weapon. Oh! I was about to say, I don't think we know if it exists, but apparently it is a thing. It's the Argent Skull. Blast foes with explosive attacks and retrieve the shells with lunging specials. What the heck? Well, it requires bronze, which we apparently do not have, nor could I tell you where we get said bronze. It seems like, logically, it would be something you would get from using the pickaxe, which, now that we definitely don't need to take the tablet with Freenos, we could go back to using the pickaxe. We also have a lot of seeds, so we probably will take the pickaxe for the next run, but...
The pick.
I don't think can make this happen this go-round.
Welcome to the vanguard of the underworld. You have an animal familiar now. Well, your disciples are my disciples, young one. They shall be trained and cared for here while you're away, and they can fight me also if they like.
Okay, we did hear that before.
Thank you.
So, is there anything else we still... Well, we were talking about potentially purchasing a little bit more stuffs to maybe do a little bit more crafting. But maybe we'll hold off, or at least we'll revisit that next time round. And given how we cannot use the weapon that has the bone bonus, I don't know which one we're going to go for. Maybe we'll choose at the start of our next go-round, because I think it might be the starting weapon that we've gone the longest without using, but don't quote me on that. But either way, I do think this is a good place for us to wrap up here. We did, of course, make it to the Chronos fight. I don't think it was the most damage we've ever dealt to him, because I think that was the case for our previous Blades run. But as we just saw, it was still a successful enough run to get a whole bunch of stuff unlocked afterward, which bodes well for our next run. So thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.